Welcome back to Waste Nights, 2nd edition. We're doing Wild North, one of the opening scenarios. Let's begin with a explorer action. I think we're going to do exploration action because we are out of ammunition. And we are in a desert space right now, so we will be, of course, looking at the desert section. So we get 2 actions on our turn. And like I said, the first one, we're going to do some exploring as I throw cards around. Let's see what we find. We have an exploration of 2, so we kind of have to be careful here. Alright, so the first one, in desert we get an ammunition. That is absolutely what we're looking for, and I think we're just going to stop right there. So let's grab ourselves an ammunition. Alright, so we grabbed ourselves 1 ammunition. Now, I'm not cheating here. I went back and was looking at the very first episode. The first episode, we had a pistol, we had a knife, and we took on the scrub python. And we rolled exactly the same dice for the knife as we would have for the pistol, so I would not have used an ammunition. At the very first battle we had of our playthrough, we would have used the knife because the pistol rolls 2 white dice, so does the knife. So I'm actually going to take an extra ammunition because, like I said, just sort of retroactively, because we wouldn't have used the pistol. We would roll the same dice. It made no sense. And the python had ambush, so we had to fight it no matter what. We couldn't have popped it off with a pistol first. So that's how I'm going to rule it. All right, I was kind of right word to 4 episodes in here. It's a bit late, but I am going to take the extra ammunition for that. All right, the next action I think we're going to do is I think we are going to move. And the next plot marker we want to get to is in Queens Valley. So we're going to go over there. So we're going to start off by going through the sand space, then the mountain, then the scrub area, and this Queens Valley is another mountain area. So that's going to be our route. Well, this is going to take us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have a speed of 5 with our pursuit car. We have 1 gas. We're going to spend 1 fuel to give us 2 extra movement. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We didn't run through any sort of impediments or threat tokens or anything on our way there. So we make our way, I should say, to Queens Valley. And of course, it's a mountain area. We take the top card off the deck, and we're going to have an encounter at the end of our movement, and we get a steel dragonfly. Oh dear. All right, let's take a closer look at that and see what we've run into. Oh dear, this one is going to be tough. So basically we have to shoot the steel dragonfly out of the air by the look of it, because it says this enemy ignores your attacks unless you obtain at least 1 of the special symbols. That is not good. And it's going to be rolling a green and 2 blue. Now we do have a chance with our pistol. We're going to be rolling 3 white dice, and we're going to be rolling 1 green die. Now the green die does have the 1 symbol on it, but that's the only one that has it. So we're going to spend 1 of our 2 ammunition to shoot at it. It is a melee creature, so if we can blow it out of the air before it gets to attack us, that would be great. But we have to do 4 damage. Wow, let's go with the dice tray. We have to get super, super lucky, and we have to roll that as well, even to hit it. Alright, so because we are using a ranged weapon, we will get to fire first. It doesn't have ambush or anything, so let's go ahead. Wow, we have to be super, super lucky. And we got all kinds of hits, but we did not get the special symbol. And it says the enemy ignores your attack unless you obtain this. So even though we did 2, 3, 4, 5 hits to it, we didn't roll this symbol. So we miss. It dodges our shot. Oh, great. Anyway, it comes down after we unload our pistol at it and miss. It is going to be rolling a green and 2 blue. This is not good. Well, okay, it's not completely horrible. It does us a total of 3 damage. So let's go over to our player character and take our 3 damage. Alright, that's pretty nasty. So we're going to be taking our 3 damage for the steel dragonfly. So we tried shooting it out of the air, failed miserably, and it comes down and gives us 3 damage. Now we can negate 2 of it with the vest, which, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and negate 2 of it with our vest. So that means we're going to be taking 1 wound. So we're up to a contaminated wound, a regular wound, but we do have 2 medicine, so I'm not too concerned about that. And that is going to be the end of our turn, first turn. So the timer is going to tick down 1. Alright, so the timer drops to 2. Well, let's carry on. We've got more stuff to do. So our next, we're going to do another full turn. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to do a camp action first. So let's go over to our player area and take a camp action. Alright, so for our camp action we have a repair of 2. So for 2 we will repair our vest back to perfect working order. And I also forgot, we have this one could have negated 1 damage, but then we wouldn't be able to repair it. So let's hang on to that. We are going to now spend a medicine. That's going to give us 3 healing points. So 1 to flip over the contaminated wound, 2, 3. We actually get rid of all wounds. So as it sits right now, oh, and of course at the end of the turn we take a power token off of our communicator. It's completely drained right now, so we don't do anything else with it. And we have our witchetty grub to eat anytime we want. It can cure us 2 radiation and 2 damage. So that's pretty cool. So we're sitting here with an ammo, a medicine, no gas, and we have taken our first of two actions this turn. The next one I think is going to be a plot action. Alright, so we're way up north in Queens Valley. So our second action for this turn, we're going to take the plot action. That goes onto our player card. And if we consult the book, what does it say for taking token 4? We're going to see 43. So we're going to get out our Waste Knight Book of Tales and check out 43. Alright, strap in for this one. It's a long entry. It says, you reach Queens Valley, a mysterious city in the mountains, a mecca of engineers and scientists protected by the fleet of flying vessels. The board of the Western Company negotiated with Queen's representatives that they could use local workshops and specialists. In other words, a steady supply of coal and ore from Gangren for the help in rebuilding Combine ZX. You take all the items you found from your ride and follow the security guards to a special elevator that takes you to the lab in the bowels of the city. You hand over everything to the right people and sit in waiting room for the outsiders. An hour later, the chief mechanic appears. He says the stuff you brought has been checked. He says, resolve the proper entry depending on the game elements you have noted in the Outback's Chronicles. Well, we have the complete documentation for the ZX, and we're on the path of vengeance. So it says, if you noted in the Outback Chronicles that you have the full documentation of the ZX, and you have the special card number 5, with at least 1 token. Damn it, we have no tokens on it. Gain 2 experience, blah, blah, blah. It says, if you've noted in the Chronicles, you have little data about the Combine ZX. Okay, if you know in the Outback Chronicles, you have little data. If you know in the Outback Chronicles, you have little data. What the hell? I'm going to have to read these over more carefully. We don't have any. We don't have any. So none of these options make any sense because we don't have any power tokens on the communicator. Oh dear, I'm going to turn the camera off, read this a little more closely, and come back with a decision. Upon more careful reading, it says the second option says, if you know the Outback Chronicles that you have little data, okay, or you have special card number 5 at least, blah blah, or you have full documentation about the Combine ZX, which we have, and you have the special card number 5 without any general tokens. We gain an experience, we move the dominance marker up 1 space on the track, cross out the note from the Outback Chronicles, and remove the special card number 5 from the game. So there we go. So we basically give them the depleted communicator. It's removed from the game. And we cross out the fact that we have full documentation because we gave it to them. And that's the end of the entry. So we basically have brought documentation and a depleted communicator to the Queens Valley laboratory and handed it all over. We get an experience though, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so the dominance marker goes up 1. We're going to get an experience. We'll go over there and do that in a second. That was the end of the turn. Oh, sorry, we went up 2 because we took the plot token. Forgot to do that, and we moved down 1 for the end of the turn. There, got that all sorted out now. Let's go to our player area. We get an experience. Alright, so we get 1 experience for doing all that. So we're going down here. We got 4 plot markers. We have 1 medicine, 1 ammunition, no gas. That's going to be the end of our turn, the end of our episode for today. Let's go back to the main map and wrap it up. Alright, that's going to wrap up our episode for today. We've got quite a bit done. We dropped off the documentation for the Combine and the depleted communicator. So that's cool, and we're sitting here in Queens Valley. So we're sitting in a city space, which we can do special things in a city space. There's really not much we need to do there, though. We do need to get over to plot marker 5. That's going to take a bit of finagling. We have no fuel for our car, so it might be a little tricky to get over there. Might have to take us a couple of turns, I'm not sure. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes. This is Waste Night 2nd Edition. We're doing the second introductory scenario, or I guess one of the two, Wild North. I've already completed Trouble in the South, so I think, again, I always say that, I think we're doing okay. We'll find out. So thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.